What's up, everyone? It's Charles here with RocketPunchArmy to do a review of the Takara Tomy Transformers masterpiece MP-25 Cybertron Warrior Trax, which is his vehicle mode based off the Chevrolet Corvette Stingray C3. And me being a child of the 70s and 80s, really appreciated the look of this Corvette. I know a lot of people don't like that older style Corvette, but it's got a lot of curves, definitely right up my alley as a kid, and nice to see it carried on into a modern Transformer, which, we all know it's supposed to be a Corvette anyway, so really good that they got the Corvette license. You even see the little Corvette flag right here. So again, the box is just typical masterpiece with the matte finish in the back, glossy over the vehicle and the robot mode. If we turn it around, we do see some pictures, some scaling here. The contents here, which is a first for Transformers masterpiece, is a base, a little base to be able to put this guy in his flight mode here. And if we take a look down here, we also get a little Raoul and a little broadcast figure. Well, not really a figure, it's just the alternate mode for broadcast, which is what we know as Blaster. We get right inside the box. We have everything laid out in a nice plastic clamshell tray. We also have the post here for the base. And we also have a little baggie that contains three things. You have the full color instruction booklet, the little spec card, and the little side mirrors. You get two pairs actually, just in case I guess you lose a pair. The only thing, this, I don't know why they can't just throw it behind the bag somewhere, behind this, the tray I should say. Because on this one, can't really see it. Yeah, it doesn't really show up on camera, but there are dimples from these little posts right back here, just pressing right into the card here. And I'm not really, big collector of these cards, but I do like to have them, and I'd like to have them in good condition. So hopefully they won't just keep throwing them on top because of, shipping and everything. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and open this up. All right, so let's take a closer look at everything the set comes with. I have everything here laid out. Very first thing I want to start off with is from left to right. We're going to start off with Raoul here. Raoul is one of the first figure, or actually the first figure in the masterpiece line with a stand here, and I think that's a pretty good thing. I'd prefer this over a posable, weird-looking figure, but still they carry on with the lack of the eyes, which I believe they're just trying to be consistent. Although the fact that they started making these with the stand would be a good time for them to have switched over to having eyes, maybe update the spike in some other release. I don't know, but the figure itself painted very nicely aside from the face. But I do want to get up close. The reason I want to get up close is because right here, oh damn, my finger looks big. That little gray area, if I can get in focus, right on top, it looks like paint got scuffed off or something got clipped off there. Looks like just a tumor growing out of his head, but I wish it wasn't there. Even though he has no eyes, I mean, if you really look, the detail isn't that bad, and I'm super magnified, guys. So you can see that the paint detailing isn't so bad for such a teeny little figure. I just wish the paint on him wasn't so shiny. And next thing we'll take a look at is the black beam gun. You can see right here it's got the traditional masterpiece style grip here with a little peg. Other than that, very nicely sculpted and painted. And then he's also got this front laser, which I'll be showing you later. The front laser, I mean, they're really trying to save plastic here. They hollowed out this little tiny thing. I mean, I don't know how much plastic that would have wasted just making it completely solid, but that's what they did. And last but not least, we have Broadcast, or Blaster as we know him, and as you can see, very tiny, but there is really no lack of detail. Let's get a look up close. And again, super magnified, but you can really see all the detail they've put into this little tiny boombox. Then if we take a look at the back here, which is kind of strange, it's actually molded in two pieces. You would think something this small would just be molded in one piece, but you can see the screw there. As a matter of fact, I'm a tad suspicious about that, so let's go ahead and open this up. I'm sure there's nothing in there, but imagine I find something like Megatron's butthole. I don't know. Whatever they want to hide behind these plastic things. Like we had the wheel jack with the secret face, and this doesn't come apart. Yeah, I can't get this apart. If it was meant to come apart, mine's defective, but if not, it's glued on, which pretty much negates the use of a screw. Alright, then of course, let's throw these things to the side. You get the base here, which has an Autobot symbol, or faction logo. You can see the base is like incredibly scratched, like this has been played with forever. I'm sure it's when they throw everything in a big box during manufacturing, but it's kind of annoying to see that many scratches on a glossy base, but that's just me. That's a minor gripe. Yeah, and the base itself, does have adjustable arms, one pivot here, another pivot up at the top. Then of course we have Trax himself. Check this out. Beautiful Corvette Stingray. I'm glad it's licensed so they can really get it to look exactly like the Corvette is supposed to look like, and also include this nice little Corvette logo here. As you can see, it is sprayed with a nice metallic blue. Just wish it was a little more glossier. I mean, it does shine. I'm just kind of expecting a little more gloss, and I'll show you guys why I was expecting a little bit more gloss. Back here are the famous round tail lights. Again, another Corvette logo over the gas tank cover. Nicely detailed wheels here, painted in silver. We look on the bottom, not much to see. Not a lot of robot bits. I mean, you can tell these are the feet, these are the wings, but it's not that messy. It's nice and neat under there. We also get a beautiful flame job right here on the hood. I love the red and the yellow and the way that black really makes it pop. Of course, with the little Autobot faction logo right in the center. And then up top here, we also have a little yellow square with the Autobot logo there also, which is very nicely and sharply tampo printed. Through the windows, you can see some robot bits. You can see his head right there. I don't know if that's something that would bother you. I have no problem with it, even though the windows are clear. Back here you could see his shoulder rockets and a little bit of the robot bits right on the back. I do want to make a comparison with another Trax I have here, which is this one. This is the United Trax. And you see, I know maybe this one has a licensed color. It's not really so much the color that bothers me. I just wish it was as shiny as this one, because this thing is absolutely stunning. I just pulled it out for the first time in a long time. I didn't have it on display, and it just really caught my attention. I took this out for the review, and I'm just, wow, I just wish, you know, the Masterpiece could have done a little bit better as far as gloss. But, you know, it's still a very beautiful paint job, one of the better ones of the Masterpiece series. Now you notice I haven't attached the side mirrors. I really am not the type to put little side mirrors because I will lose them. So I've just decided to leave them off. But you can put them on to give it a more scale appearance. But what I want to show you now is really one of the cool gimmicks here, which is a storage compartment. So that requires you bringing these wings down here and just separating this here and then unsnapping it from behind the door here on both sides so you can bring this rear down. That allows you to bring the windshield back, and right here in this little hip section you'll see these little holes here. That allows you to store the weapon just like that, and then we just close this and put it back into vehicle mode, you know, just so you get an idea of what that would look like in there. And another cool feature is that you can also tap blaster in there. There's a little section right here, a little C shape or U shape depending on which way you're holding it, and the little tab right there, you want to go ahead and just wedge it in just like so. Now another gimmick of this which I really like is the ability to open up the hood here. You just have to get your nail under there, push it forward just slightly so you can bring it up, and there is the motor, which is very reminiscent of the Alternities or the Vinyltex, whatever they were called, where you would see the motor here and be able to pull it out and turn it into a gun. Unfortunately, this motor does not turn into a gun, but the fact that there's a working hood is a big plus. You know, but you don't get working doors or hatch, but it's better than nothing, and it's really cool if you're a car guy. Almost forgot to show you guys the front laser. Again, this is a little piece with a little hollow section on the bottom. That simply just pegs right into the front, and I do mean peg because there's two little pegs you gotta feed right in there, like two little teeth, and work it in, and it just wedges right in to make the front laser. And here I have them next to some of my favorite Masterpiece cars, which are Lambos, of course. We got Tiger Trax, we have Sideswipe here, and next we're going to check out to see what he looks like coming out of the MP-10 trailer. So if I can just get my fat fingers in there, open up these little doors, bring out this little strip here, and that's the only thing, it kind of rocks right there, but look at that, it looks so cool. Now what I want to do is get him into flight mode. Alright, so here we have him in flight mode. It actually looks really cool, a lot better than I really expected it to be. Even though I've seen pictures, but having it in hand, I actually do appreciate it, even if it already looks like a semi-transformed figure. What we're going to do now is take a look at the stand. and we're going to attach it right to the bottom here so we can see what it looks like a little bit better on the stand. Got to be careful with the peg, just twist it right in, and don't move the vehicle from the vehicle itself. You want to help the arm along because you might end up risking you know, the snappage or breakage, I should say, of the peg, so be careful with that. Now with the faction logo facing forward and the car facing forward with the arm in the normal position, you can really only just do up and down. Unfortunately, you can't do side to side unless you turn the arm here, and that will allow you to then turn the vehicle and again do the angle that you need, but no up and down movement. So that might be a negative for some people. You can't do both at the same time. If you wanted to do that, you might be better off buying a different stand. Now that I've spent a good time in vehicle mode, let's go ahead and get him into robot mode. Now, although it may not seem it with the little sequence I just did, I didn't have a lot of fun transforming this guy. It was a little unclear as to how this backpack really clips on. When I finally did it, then it made sense once I looked at the instructions, but apparently there's little clips, little tabs that have to go right there, and it's kind of obvious now that I have it done. But I don't like the fact that sometimes these things get pushed in as you're handling it, and then you got to pull them back out because otherwise this won't clip right. And I'm always afraid that this little clip from pushing on the backpack is going to slide right across the door here and scratch it, because that's pretty much what it's doing. And it doesn't seem as secure as I would like it to be. It seems like if you push it in, it really clips in there, but then it just comes off easily from handling it and trying to like pose it in certain ways. But look, I got him here. It looks great. A couple of things. I don't like this. It's not necessarily loose. There are ratchets that keep it in place, but it's kind of weird. It's just not. I'm just used to the Lambo cars, which are very easy to pose and look good no matter what. This one needs a little more attention as far as getting it to stand well. But you know, the past couple minutes I've done pretty good to get it where I want it to be, and now it's just where I want it, and I gotta say it looks great. So what we're gonna do is compare it to other Masterpiece cars, or actually in the robot form, because this guy is actually a little tall. I'm gonna start off with one of the Nissans here. We have Smokescreen. You can see he is a little shorter, and of course that's going by the heads. It's just a tad smaller, but obviously he's got a little more height due to everything else that he's equipped with. And then we'll check him out with Sideswipe here. And again, the differences aren't major unless you're really paying attention to the wings here and everything. But regardless, he is a tad taller. And here he is next to the Fans Toys Perceptor, or Tesla as he's actually called. And last but not least, the Hasbro MP-10 here, which gives you a clear sense of how he scales with that. And for you action figure collectors, this is how he scales with a 6-inch Snowtrooper. Now, as I stated initially when I first transformed this, which is the very first time I transformed it, just so you know, I did feel a little weird to me. Now that I've had it for a couple minutes during this review, I do appreciate the design of this. There's a couple of quirks here and there that people might not like this. You can pretty much stick your finger all the way back in here. This is hollow here. So you kind of want to pose it in a way where that's not really going to show. And for the most part, it really doesn't show. It kind of, looks dark in there anyway. And the design is beautiful. I have to say this is a really good looking Masterpiece figure. The colors are beautiful. The paint apps are beautiful. The articulation, which you're going to check out right now, is pretty good. We have the head here. All right. We have the shoulders. The arms go up to that amount because they are limited here by the wheel. They do have a bicep swivel. We do have an elbow, which nicely enough has ratchets in it, which this is one of the first regular car Masterpieces to have, ratcheted joints, which is a really neat touch. We have the wrist here, okay, not a ball joint or anything, just a swivel. We have the regular design, hands here, like all the other Masterpieces that are on a little hinge, all 4 fingers. We have a waist, which is really nice. We have the hips here, which go out, pretty good far mount. No ratchets there. We do have a thigh swivel right at the top right here. You can see that. We have the knees, which have beautiful ratchets. They sound really good, and they actually go forward. I don't know why you would want to do that, but it does have a ratchet forward, and the rest of them are back. And we have the ankle here. You'll see the design of the ankle pivot here, which allows a good range of movement, mostly from transformation, but you do get ankle tilt also, which is good. Now, something that I feel is kind of like a design flaw, and it could possibly be from me not, having this transform correctly. So if anybody spots anything weird, let me know. But I do have these things tabbed in here. I have the shoulders tabbed in. It's kind of hard to see, but right where this hinge is, there's a tab. I can actually show you. See right there, that little rectangle? There's a tab right here that goes in there. I'm thinking, look, you can even see it pops out just a tad. If you guys own the that new animated Sideswipe with those horrible shoulders, you can understand what I'm talking about. I mean, this is not as bad as that, but it does remind me a lot of the way the chest tabs in. I wish there was just a better securing system there. If we move down to the chest, we have this little flip design here, which you can use in vehicle mode to hide the Autobot logo, or in robot mode, but I definitely love seeing that yellow and red faction logo. Now, I almost did forget to scale him here with Raoul, so we're going to put him here. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? We're also going to check out what it looks like with a little blaster here. And let's go ahead and attach the weapon here. We're going to open up the hand. Again, this is the same design as all the other masterpieces. There's a little slot right on the palm there where this little tab will slide into, and you'll see the tabs are on both sides. You can put it in any hand that you want, left or right. I'm going to put it in his right hand since I am a righty, and then we will just slot it in there and close the hand so you can see it holds it very nicely. Now, even though the instructions don't show it, you can actually attach the front laser during robot mode, and it's very easy enough. All you got to do is just hold them, make sure you have them secure, and then just pop that on just like that. Now, usually when I attach genitals to a robot toy, that means the review is over. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. If you want to pick one of these guys up, there's a link in the description below to Big Bad Toy Store where you can get this and many other cool things. If you're enjoying the videos, guys, please subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Like it, share it. And if you want to support the channel, there should be a link to help you do that. And until next time, guys, bye-bye.